welcome back to Just Ladies. Of course, I'm your host, Susie Ojwang, and Sheila Kwamboka is still with me in studio. So, Sheila, let's talk about being on the limelight. It has an effect and like a big impact on someone's life, and a lot of people had a lot to say about you, quite. How did that make you feel, and how did you deal with it?
Thank you very much for that question. The funny thing about fame
Yeah.
is, from my personal experience, is that it's something that you crave.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody at some point is like, oh my God, I want to be just known. I want to, be famous. Not because you want everybody to know you, but because you want everybody to like you. That's the saddest part about fame. And then when reality hits you that not everybody's gonna like you. In fact, there's no single individual who's ever lived that everybody likes, including Jesus. Yeah. So with that said, fame for me is something that is a means to an end. It's not a lifestyle. So the package of fame comes with people who have an opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
True.
Just don't project it on me.
Okay.
And if you want to say something about me, that's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
It's you and what you feel.
Yeah.
So a lot of the negative, or I wouldn't say negative, a lot of the misinformed opinions that people have of me, I don't have time to feel anything about them because most of them don't know me. So they're misinformed. So for me to be upset about that is being upset about something that doesn't even exist.
Yeah. So you just choose to ignore it, in other words.
I don't even have, it's not choosing to ignore it. I can't ignore something that does not exist. Most of the negative stuff people say is out of misinformation, which means they don't know anything, which means they're just opening their mouth. So it's like every single time someone has an opinion about something, I'm going to be upset. Nah, no time.
Well, I guess that's the best and only way to deal with something like that.
Yes.
Otherwise, it would affect you and it can lead to many different things. It all depends on how you deal with it. So, because of the chance you got at Big Brother, you've gotten to travel a lot. You've gotten a lot of opportunities. You've seen a lot of different things that you wouldn't have seen quite as fast if it wasn't for that opportunity, right? And what advice would you just give to anyone watching and they're wondering, so how do I get that breakthrough? Because you've been on Big Brother, you're now doing industry night, you're now on radio, and you said you went for auditions and you were turned down a couple of times. Like, it kept happening and happening, but you kept pushing through. So what keeps you going? What would you tell anyone who's looking for their big breakthrough?
You can't quit. You can't quit. You will meet a lot of people who have a lot of negative things to say, and usually the most negative thing you can possibly be told is no. Yeah. Anything else that they add there, they don't know you. Someone can tell you, oh, you're not good enough, or you don't look the right part, you have a face for radio, like me, or you're told all sorts of things. That should never stop you.
Oh, yeah.
Those are just people's opinions. People have done so many great things because of not taking into consideration people's opinions. Yes, opinions are there to guide you and to mold you, but they're not just, so if someone tells you you're not good enough for TV, does that say, okay, that TV dream, I've shelved it, next? No, just keep at it. And the more you keep pushing, the more inroads you're making. Every single step forward is a good thing.
True. Oh, great. At the beginning of the show, I called you Jackie of all trades.
Yes.
And that's because, you've done a little bit of acting.
Oh, yeah. That's in you, Demin. I'm a best actress.
Is that right? What, you've graced screens. Where exactly? What have you done?
I've been on international movies, like House of Lungula, which was a great movie. If you haven't watched it, you should go cop that DVD and go watch it. It was amazing. And it was the first time I saw myself on big screen. I remember I went with my friends to watch it in the theaters.
Great.
I've been on Changing Times. I cannot remember the other things I've been on, but...
so hold up. You were actually on, like, guys actually went to the cinema and you're on big screen.
What do you mean? I was there. People were buying tickets to come watch me.
Damn. How did that feel?
It was an amazing
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and it's so funny. I don't do a lot of acting things. I think I should do more.
What was your role on the movie?
I was a police officer. But you should go watch that movie. You should go watch that movie because it's not like any other police officer you have seen in this country.
Oh, really?
In fact, in this continent. Yeah. I was a sexy kind of officer. Yeah.
You made people want you to arrest them?
Yeah.
Is that right?
In fact,
just
go watch it.
I definitely need to
As the
cop that
title says,
DVD.
House of Lungu.
I definitely need to cop that DVD. Aside from that, you also have an NGO.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. An NGO. Wow, Sheila. An NGO.
Like I said, it was something that really came out of necessity. As a human being, if you don't have something that pushes you or drives you or just makes you go like, I want to do something about that, then really you're not living. And for me, that eureka moment was malaria. And because it hits so close to home, I think everybody has met someone who's suffered from malaria or probably has suffered from malaria.
Yeah.
But the difference between them and the ones who don't have access to maybe medical assistance or just pure ignorance of using the mosquito net or lack of using the mosquito net is that they are dead and you're alive. Or for them, this is an everyday reality. And for you, it's like maybe you traveled to Shags and came back and on the way you caught malaria. And so it became something that I had to, of course, when you're doing advocacy work, the first thing you have to set up is an NGO. I was kind of worried, but I remember I pushed my lawyer. I was like, get that thing done ASAP. So he was like running around looking for the documents, and it kind of takes a while, but I was not sitting down waiting for the documents to come out. We were already doing trips to Kisii to distribute. And I'm talking about like really rural villages where electricity in fact, electricity is like in the center, you know? Yeah, so... And you find most of these houses, they do have access to mosquito nets because I gotta say the government has done a good job in terms of mass net coverage, which means most of the households that are in high endemic regions have mosquito nets. But the problem comes in where?
How are they using those mosquito nets? That's the big question.
Homes, people are using the mosquito nets for fishing.
Wow, look at that.
People are using it to make wedding dresses.
And they're still getting malaria. And they're wondering why.
It's so serious that in the same household they have lost a father, they have lost a child, and
it's still a fishing net.
They are using it to cover the chicken because the chicken is their only form of livelihood, and they don't want them to be like eaten by rodents.
That's crazy.
And that's for us in the city here. We're like, hey, my God, how can they be doing that? But because of necessity, because of ignorance, that's the only thing they know. And these mosquito nets are free, so. That's the kind of work we do. We go there, we talk to these families, homes, schools, especially during World Malaria Day, which is in March. And yeah, so many volunteers come through, and yeah.
So anyone watching who would like to volunteer, how do they get in touch with you?
My organization is called Southeast Africa. We don't only deal with malaria. Malaria just happens to be our flagship program. We have other projects coming up, especially to do with mentorship in primary schools and high schools, because we realize that if we can be able to make the students and the ones who are in school, the ones who are getting an education, make them like malaria ambassadors, then when they are at home, they know to tell their folks how to use the mosquito nets. They know to tell them, please close the windows on time. They know, they're very aware of the how to deal with malaria, how to curb it at home. So you can get in touch with us via industrynight254@gmail.com.
Okay.
And send us, we have so many places that we need volunteers.
Oh, great. Actually, what's the reception like when you go and tell these people, no, that mosquito net is not supposed to be for your chicken, or it's not supposed to be for fishing. It's actually supposed to be in your room. What's their reaction? What do you get from these people?
They know.
Oh, really?
They know, yes, they know. They know that the mosquito net is supposed to be to protect them, to protect their families. But the question comes in, when you go to a remote village where this old granny is sleeping on the floor, she doesn't have a mattress. So every single carton thing that looks spongy, she's put as a mattress to sleep on, including the mosquito nets that she's been put up. by the local dispensary, and they're telling her, "Yo, you're gonna get malaria." She's like, "Okay,"
And then
and so
it's happened.
yeah. So there's so many projects that we work with when we're doing such excursions, and especially now we're realizing, like the last time we went, aside from giving them the mosquito nets, they were like, okay, we have this kid who's about to start high school. We have this, there's so many other issues. So we're trying to see what is the most sustainable way to be able to help, rather than just coming every year and giving mosquito nets.
So this idea.
Yeah.
Okay, it's one of those things.
It's one of those things.
All right. So Sheila, in your own growth, who do you look up to? Who's your mentor?
That is a very, very interesting question.
Yeah.
There's so many people I look up to, and without having to mention any names, most of the people I look up to are actually around me.
Mm-hmm.
They're not hypothetical, faraway people like Steve Jobs and Oprah.
Yeah.
They are just people around me, because every day, like from my colleagues at work, inspire me one way or the other. I don't want to mention them so that you can start ringing for me. But yeah, the people I look up to are actually people around me. They work with just my friends who are, in the industry as well. Shout out to DNG, someone who I look up to very much, and he's one of my closest friends. My co-hosts, because like for example, Mike has been doing this for 8 years.
Oh, great.
And so if I don't look up to him and I work with him and I've only been there for 3 years, surely what am I doing? So the people like I said that I look up to are people around me, because it's easier to see the growth, where they've come from, and what they're, without the fakeness.
Yeah.
The real part of it, not what they post on Instagram or Facebook.
And isn't that the best way anyway?
Yeah, and it's the best.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah, I don't want to mention them, so they start chatting me for
okay, got it. All right. Looking out into the future for you, from acting to entertainment to radio, you're blossoming into so many different ways. Yeah, and I'm very happy for you. And what other avenues do you see for yourself?
I can tell you my story is yet, I think we're probably even in the second page. I know for a lot of people, they're like, wow, you do everything. I'm like, you don't even know. The best way to live this life is, I think even Kanye tweeted the other day. Yes, Kanye tweeted the other day. He said, please do everything that you can possibly do in this life.
In one lifetime.
Yeah, in one life. You only have one life. So
yeah.
If I wake up tomorrow and I feel like I want to become a farmer,
go ahead.
I want to become a florist, I'm going to do it.
Good.
Yeah, so all I can tell people is there's a lot, I still have a lot more to give.
Oh, great. Very ambitious you are. Yes. So a lot has been said online. And when it comes to people crashing on you, I'm sure that's nothing new. It's nothing new, is it?
Well, I am a beautiful girl.
Well, anyway, has anyone ever said anything that's just got you wondering, like, sorry, what? Or what exactly is happening here? Any of those random encounters with a crush, perhaps, or with a fan?
Let me tell you, when it comes to, sometimes, you gotta love this is Africa, because I think at some point, if I was in State, told me I have stalkers.
Yeah.
There's some people who are like, what do you call it? Restraining order. There's some people who need restraining orders.
Yeah.
Some people just don't know the difference between being friendly and being stalkerish.
There's a thin line.
Yeah, there's a
fine line. Yeah.
Yeah, but do I meet people who tell me obscene, obnoxious stuff? Yeah. Even on Instagram, someone will comment and their comment will just be like, why? Why did you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I try not to pay attention.
So nothing random that's happened that you'd like to share?
No.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
All right. As we wrap up, the last and final question. Of course, I have to ask you this. I can't let you go before I ask you about your personal life. And girl, have you found love? Are you dating?
Am I seeing someone?
Yes.
I am.
Oh, you are? Great. Are you happy?
Happy. I'm over the moon.
Great. Well, that's that. No further questions.
I'm telling you, if I don't say that,
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to sleep with the dogs today. So I have to
You
tell them.
smart.
I'm very happy.
Let's hope they're watching.
Yeah, I
That's
hope
very
so too.
smart. Thank you so much for joining me. In fact, you are my first guest. Did you know that this was the first show?
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, I'm grateful to be here to offer my services, and I hope hopefully
All
TVC has my
right.
check in the back there for being the first guest.
No, you were quite a sport though. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope the next time we'll be seeing you, it'll be bigger and better.
Oh.
A bigger and better Sheila Kwamboka.
Please just watch his face.
For sure.
Keep it locked.
All right. Anything you'd like to add on?
Oh no, I think we have covered everything. Oh, you forgot to tell them. I was born. I think that's the only part we didn't discuss. When I was born, it was raining.
Next time. Next time. As we agreed. Thanks for coming on the show, Sheila. The hashtag is Just Ladies, and thank you so much for joining me. And we've had such a great show. Next time we're going to have another guest, and it's going to be bigger and better. It's going to be lots and lots of fun here. I've been your host for the day. My name is Susie Ojwang, and until next time, ciao.
La 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 la